Hi, I'm here with Natasha Schick from Cakes with Attitude, and we are talking a little bit about budget conscious cakes, really. So it's okay to talk about budget with your cake designer.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to mention all your concerns about staying within your price point because every bakery, of course, wants your business, and we don't know how to get your business until you tell us what your budget is. So we're happy to definitely work within all your little details that we need to.
So what's one of the first things, if we want to be budget friendly, let's say, what does the bride really want to think about before she goes into it, knowing that there are going to be some restrictions on that?
For sure. So one I say is do your research within the city because each city differs for price point. So call around to a few bakeries and then see where the average cake of what your favorite one is, what you're going to be sitting for price point. And then from there, if it's above from what you feel you can afford, then talk with your different bakeries and let them know what your budget is. And they can suggest alternative ways to have an elegant cake but still keep your price down.
So one of the things is to kind of keep the design simple. And you've got a few of them back here that I really love. This little black one. It looks super, super elegant. And yet there's not really a lot of detailing in it overall. What's with this cake here?
Yeah, for sure. So to keep the price down in this one is we kept it simple by keeping our detail work not very minimal. So the only thing that really adds the detail is it's fabric ribbon, fabric lace, there's pearls, hairpins and pieces that we don't necessarily, it's really inexpensive to put on the cake and you can find them all over the city, whether it's at like a Claire's or Michael's, anything like that. So.
And kind of the same thing with this little cake back here that has a lot of bling on it, yet it's really simple.
Exactly. When we were at our bridal show, most of the people flocked to that cake and thought it was one of our more expensive ones, but in reality it's one of our cheapest because same thing, we're not putting any detail work into it. And all the detail work comes from little jewels and stuff that you find at a scrapbooking store that we can put on and you just take off when you eat it. So.
Which is really neat. Now, something like this cake that we have right up here up front, this one is actually going to be a little bit more because even though it's very simple looking, there's a lot of work that goes into this design.
For sure. So once a bride wants to start adding like sugar flowers and pearls, draping, stuff like that, that's when she's going to see her cost increase. If she sees a lot of piping on a cake, then same thing, you're paying for a lot of labor. So if you want to have a less expensive cake, you need to find a cake that that's not as labor intensive. So these ones are a little bit more labor intensive. So if you did like flowers, a suggestion is go to a local floral shop or even a grocery store and purchase your flowers there. And your flowers can range anywhere from, we say, $20 to $100. So it just depends on how much you want to spend on your flowers, but it's within your control. So you can go as little or expensive you want. And then ribbon is really nice touch as well. That can add a little bit of flair. And your ribbon's going to cost you $6, we say. So that's inexpensive.
Fantastic. Few really great tips there, and simplicity is definitely the key. I'm Andrea Jones for Wedding Television.